Okay, so I'm just going to go through the answers for the worksheet that we went through today. So just going to break down each of the individual parts and then add them up so you can go through the answers with broken up parts. Okay, so for this shape, I'm just going to do a vertical line here. I've got A, I've got B. So the next thing you always need to do once you've found your shapes is always check that the dimensions work. Okay, so in this case, I've got 6 right there. Oh, I forgot to write in 3. Okay, so I've got 6 right there as my height. I've also got the base, so that is sorted. For this one, I've got 2 there and I've got 4 there, so that means that is sorted as well. So I'm just going to work them out. So I've got 6 times 3, which is 18. And then on this one, I have 4 times 2, which is 8. So the total area will be A plus B, which is 18 plus 8, which is 26 centimetres. Okay, so for the next one, again, I'm just going to split it up into parts. So A, B. You need to do a check for your dimensions. Do you have the height? Do you have the width? So I've got the height just there. I've got the width just there. And then for this one, I've got the base just there and I've got the height just there. So don't get confused by all the extra values they're putting in. Just see what you've got. So this one fits this width. This 5 goes all the way across. It goes into shape A as well, so that wouldn't be needed. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 for B, which is 4. And then 12 times 3 for this one. Okay, so total area will be A plus B, which is 36 plus 4, which is 40 centimetres squared. So for the next one, we've got to break it up into pieces again. So vertical, A, B. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is do my checks just to see if I've got all the dimensions that I need. So I've got the height. I don't have the width this time. So you just need to double check. If this is 9 and this portion is 6, that means this remaining portion right here will have to be a number that I add to 6 to make 9. So something plus 6 equals 9. What plus 6 equals 9? That would be 3. So now I've got my 3 and my 5 for my dimensions for A, and I've got 6 and I've got 1 for my dimensions of B. So now I can calculate the area. So I'm going to do 5 times 3 on this side, which is 15. And on this side, I've got 6 times 1, which is 6. So to find the area, that is A plus B, which is 15, plus 6, which is 21 centimetres squared. Okay, so for number 4, I'm splitting my shape up again. I'm going to have a rectangle here and a rectangle here. So my dimensions again. So I need a height, I need a base. I have the base, I don't currently have the height, but I do have these heights here. So I know 3 is this one. This one's 3, so I'm just going to pop that over here for a moment. And then I've got 6. So I've got 6, 3, and 3 that make up the height of this shape. So altogether, that's 12. Okay, and then for the second shape, I have a height of 3. I have a width of 4. So now I can calculate that. So for this one, I've got 12, this height times the 5. So 12 times 5 equals 60. For this one, I've got 3 times 4, which equals 12. Okay, so for total area, it's A plus B, which is 60 plus 12, which is 72 metres squared. Okay, so for this one, I did initially want to do this and go A, B, and C. So I could, when I'm looking at it, I did kind of think, what's the next step? I need to look at dimensions. But they literally don't give me any other information bar the one they give me. So here, do I have the height and the width? No. Do I have anything to help me out? Well, I've got part of the width. I could potentially say the height is 3, but I don't have the rest of the width. So I can't do anything with that. And then with this one, I do have the width of 6.5. I've got the height of 8. And then for this one, I don't have the width, but I do have the height. So what I need to do for this one is just say, well, I can't split it up this way, so I've just got to find another way to split it up. Okay, so sometimes that happens where you look at shapes and you have to split it up differently. So I'm going to split it up this way and have A and B. Then I look at the dimensions and I say, do I have enough? So for this one, I've got a height of 8 and then I've got 6.5 across. This one, I've got a height of 3 and I've got 12 across. So I don't actually have to figure out anything new, and I was able to divide it into shapes that were easily manageable. So I've got 6.5 times 8 for this one, which is 52. And then I've got 12 times 3 for this one, which is 36. So it's A plus B, which is 52 plus 36, which is 88 meters squared. Okay, so for number 6, I want to try and make as less rectangles as possible. So I'm just gonna pop this line across here. So that is A, that is B. Okay, so going back to the dimensions, always check you can get the dimensions. My width is 12, the height is 3. The height is 4, but I don't actually have a width. Because I know this 12, and this part is 9, and this part is 2, that means I know that this missing piece is 1. Okay, so now I've got 1 by 4, so I've actually been able to find that out. So for this one, I've got 12 times 3, so 12 times 3 is 36. Then I've got 1 times 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. So I've got A plus B, which is 36 plus 4, which is 40 centimeters squared. Okay, so for the next shape, there's no way I can put this into 2 rectangles, so I'm going to make 3 rectangles instead. Okay, so I've got A, B, and C. So I'm going to check the dimensions again. So for A, I've got 12 and 4. As I can see that both of these are level, especially if you're looking on there, not on my kind of weird drawing, but if you're looking over there, you will notice that it's on a straight line. So that means if this is a straight line and this would be a straight line, then if this is 12, this is 12 as well. So I'm going to put that down as 12. That way I've got this dimension, I've got 12 by 4. And then for B, I've got 9. I don't have this missing length here. In order to find that missing length, I've got to say, well, if this is 12, this length must be 12 as well. Oh, sorry. This length must be 12 as well. Because this is 8, that must mean that this part is 4. So I'm going to put 4 up there. So now I've got a 9 by 4 as my dimensions up there. Okay, so over here it's 12 times 4, which is 48. This is the same, which is 12 times 4, which is 48. This one is 9 times 4, which is 36. So for this one, it's going to be A plus B plus C. So that's 48 plus 36 plus 48, which is 132 meters squared. Okay, so for number 8, I'm going to split them up. You'll notice there are different heights this time. They've given me one side of 7 and one side of 12. So be aware that you're not going to have the same heights. So A, B, and C. So I'm just looking at the dimensions. So for C, I've got 12 by 4. That works. For for B, I've got the 8, but I don't have the height. So you can just take the height from here. If that's 12, and this part must also be 12. This is 10, so this must be 2. Okay, so I've got that, which is 2 by 8. And then for A, I've got 7 by 2. So all my dimensions are there. Just going to work them out first, then add them up. So I've got 7 times 2, which is 14. Then I've got 8 times 2, which is 16. And then I've got 4 times 12, which is 48. So I'm going to get A, add it to B, add it to C. So that's 14 plus 16 plus 48, which is 78 centimeters squared. Okay, so for the next one, how are we going to do this? Fine. We'll do this way. A, B, and C. Okay, so let's look at the dimensions. I've got 8 by 2, so A works out. I've got 4, I don't have that, but I do know this is 8. So if I know this is 8, this must be 8 as well. If this part is 5, this part must be 3. So I've got 3 by 4, that works out, and I've got 5 by 2, that works out as well. So I've got all of those sorted. So I'm going to do 8 by 2 on this one, which is 16, and then I've got 5 by 4, which is 20, and then I've got... Oh, sorry, my bad. That's a 4 by 3. I don't know why I thought 5. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to write out here. 4 times 3 is 12. And then for this one, I've got 5 times 2, which is 10. I'm then going to add up all of them together. Oops, can't see it there. A plus B plus C. So I've got 16 plus 12 plus 10, which is 38 centimeters squared. Okay, so for number 10, I'm just going to do some horizontal lines. That's B, that is C. Okay, so there's quite a few dimensions that I'm missing. So if you got onto here, you got onto some challenging questions. So for A, we've got 3 by 7. That's perfectly fine. For B, I don't have this one, and I don't have that one. So I know I can work out this one right away because I've got 7 up there, so that must mean there's 7 here. So if that part is 4, this part is 3. I don't currently have this one. I can work out this one though, because I'm saying the entire height of the shape is 15. So if the entire height of the shape is 15 and this part is 3, that means this part right here must be 12. So that means this is 12 centimeters. Okay, and the same goes for this side. So if this part is 6, because I've got it from there, then this whole height must be 15, making this part 9. Okay, and then, gonna sound a bit tricky, this is 6, this is 12, and this is 6, and this is 3. I know this is going to sound really weird, but I've got to break up the 9 into 3 and something else. So I know this whole height is 9 centimeters. I know this part is 3. So that means this part must be 6. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so then I've got B sorted. So I know that's 6, that's 3. And then for C, this is 6, but I don't have this one. But because I know the width here is 3, that means I know this is also 3. So in order to get this length, I've got 7 here, I've got 3 here, add them together, it becomes 10. Okay, it may look a little bit confusing, but I'm just going to put the dimensions out here. So for A, I've got 7 and 3. So that is 7 and 3. Those are the important numbers for A. Okay, and 3 times 7 is 21. Then for B, we've got this part here, which is 6, and then we've got that there, which is 3. So I've got the 6 and the 3. 3 times 6 is 18. And then for C, which is this long one down here, I've worked out this entire width of 10, and then the height I already know is 6. So I'm going to put 6 and 10. So 10 times 6 equals 60. Okay, so the total will be A plus B plus C. A is 21, B is 18, and C is 60. And I am going to use my trusty calculator to work that out. Okay, so altogether that is 99 centimeters squared. Okay, so when I'm breaking this one apart, I'm just going to do this one. So I've got A, I've got B, I've got C. Okay, so again, looking at dimensions. So for this one, I don't have this dimension. I've got a height of 4. For B, I know this is 5, and I know this one is a 3, because I've got 3 there. So altogether, B must be 8. So it's 8 altogether. Oh, you can do it from this side as well, 4 and 4. Didn't think of that. Okay, so it's 8 altogether, and then I'm not sure what this dimension is just yet. And then this one is 3 and 5. So let's work out the missing dimensions. So for B, I need the width. I know this is 9, but I know this part is 5. So that means this part must be 4 meters. Okay, I'm just going to write about 3 because we're already aware of that. So this one is 4 meters across. About 8 from there as well. Sorry. Just so we don't have a little bit of confusion there. I'll put the 8 up here so you can see up there. Okay, so it's 4 across, 8 up. Okay. And then on this one, I've got 4 up and I'm not sure what this across is. So if I look at this completely, I've got 12 and I've got 5. So that means the whole entire length is 12 plus this 5 meters just here. So that's 17 meters. Okay? And so that means down here, these two lengths must add up to 17 as well. So if this is 9, this one must be 8 meters. So that's 8 meters. Okay, so for these dimensions, I've got 4 times 8, which is 32. I've got 8 times 4, which is 32. And then I've got 5 times 3, which is 15. Okay, so we've got A plus B plus C, so that's 32 plus 32 plus 15, which is... would work if my calculator was actually on. 79 meters squared. Okay. Okay, so the next one is a little bit more challenging. So there are now 4 different parts. Okay, so let's split that into A, B, C, and D. Okay, so let's look at our dimensions. So for this one, I've got 6 by 3. For this one, I've got 1 by 4, just there. For B, the entire height would be 2 plus this 1 right here. So that's 1 meter. The 3 meters, and then I've got 3 meters down here as well. So that is 9 meters altogether. So for B, I've got 9 meters. Okay, and then for the width, I know that this bottom is 11, and I know across here it should also be 11. So if that part is 6, this must be 5. So that's dimensions for this one, this one, this one, and then just for A. Okay, so if I have 9 all the way up, that's 8. So this is 8 all the way across. This part is 3, so that is 3 by... Okay, and then lastly, for this height, they just want you to have the assumption across from there. So if that's 2, then this must be 2 as well. Dimensions? Yeah, that's all of them. Okay, so in terms of area, I've got 6 times 3, which is 18. 9 times 5, which is 45. I've got 4 times 1, which is 4. And then I've got 2 times 3, which is 6. Okay, so 10 plus 45 plus 18, which is 73. oh, sorry, I've got to do A plus B plus C plus D. So that's 6 plus 45 plus 4 plus 18, which is 73 meters squared. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to break them down into pieces like this. Oh, sorry, bit of a wavy line. A, B, and C. Do I have my dimensions? Okay, so for C, I do. I've got 9, I've got the 9 by the 3. For B, I've got 8, and then I've got this 4 and this 2. So that makes it 6 meters. Okay, and then for A, I have 2, but I don't have this. I know all across here it's 18. I know this one is 8. So that's my 8. That's 3. So 8 and 3. And then what's that missing part that would make 18? That would be 7. So the dimensions for A would be 2 by 7. Okay, so then we're just going to work them out. So for this one, 7 times 2 is 14. For this one, I've got 8 by 6. 8 times 6 is 48. This one, I've got 3 by 9. So 3 times 9 is 27. So I'm going to add all 3 of those up, which would make 14 plus 48 plus 27. 48 plus 27 equals 89 meters squared. Okay, so last but not least, I want to break it down like this, because if I do it this way, then I'll have 5 rectangles. I just want 4, because everyone knows me. I want to do as less work as possible. Okay, so I've got 4 rectangles just there. Do I have the dimensions? I've got 4 by 12 just there. I've got 2 by 6 for this one. I've got 3. I don't have this one. And then I've got 19 and I don't seem to have the height. So in order to find the height, it's nice and easy. I can do it from this side. If this is 15 and that is 12, then it means the missing height is 3. So if I know the missing height is 3, this is 10, that is 3, so that means this one must be 7. So now I've got C as well. Okay, so I've got all my missing dimensions. So for A, it's 4 times 12, so 4 times 12 equals 48. For B, I've got 2 times 6, which is 12. For C, I've got 3 times 7, which is 21. For D, I've got 19 by 3, which is 57, I believe. Let me just check that. Yes, 57. So all I need to do is add them up. So I've got A plus B plus C plus D, which is 48 plus 12 plus 21 plus 57. Which is 138 centimeters squared. Okay, so hopefully you were pausing and you're able to go through that and that makes sense. But obviously if you have any questions, then just pop me an email or a message as per usual. Okay, take care guys.